I stuck it all up my nose. I'm going to get his book of records. Most probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life. For me, it was my rehab. Yeah, I'm a fucking leopard, never changes his spot. I saved it. I thought my hands were going to come off. Release the beast. So I was like, I could die here, but I'm fucking mental anyway, so it's all right. Don't mess with the Welsh.
Right, today I have a real special guest. Look at this. Stunt performer, triathlete, celebrity cook, and maybe more famously known for Dirty Sanchez. It is, of course, Mathew Pritchard.
All right, Jeff.
It's been a long time.
Yeah, it has been a long time, yeah.
Oh, you're looking well.
So are you?
Oh, thank you very much. Body's in one good nick.
Yeah, well, sort of. I'm slowly but surely falling to bits, but I'm all right.
You're still doing, tell me what you're doing now for March. You're doing a crazy stunt again, aren't you?
Doing a sprint triathlon every single day for the month of March. That's 750 metre swim, 12.5 mile bike, and a 5k run.
Anything particular for yourself or charity or?
Yeah, just doing it.
That's brilliant,
for a bit of fun.
That's great attitude, that
Keep
is.
me fit.
That's very disciplined, mate.
And discipline as well.
Very, very disciplined. Right, let's start from the start then. Childhood. What was it like? And where you Cardiff boy? So where did you grow up in Cardiff?
I grew up in Roath. Mum, dad, two brothers, and yeah, that was it. I grew up in Roath.
Do you enjoy growing up in Cardiff? Because you went to Glantav school, didn't you?
Yeah, I did go to Glantav. Yeah, I went to Ysgol Broerwg first. Well, actually, Ysgol Bryntav, then Ysgol Broerwg, and then went from there to Glantav. And yeah, well, to school days, it wasn't really arse with school.
You weren't very disciplined like you are now.
Well, I'm not very academic.
I'm not as well, so don't worry about it. But did
I spent most of my days daydreaming. I think my school report said exactly the same thing.
So was all the family Welsh speaking because of all those schools?
Yeah, everyone speaks Welsh. Grumpy, mum, dad,
Hey.
abroad. Yeah.
Still speak Welsh or to each other or not?
Well, we don't. No, I don't speak Welsh to my parents now. I mean, I should do, but my Welsh is really rusty at the moment. But it's something. Yeah, I'd like to get it back.
What was it like in school? You said you were a daydreamer, but were you always a kind of a larger than life character?
Well, because I wasn't very good in school, I always played the class clown because I wanted to be a stuntman. So I spent most of my days chucking myself downstairs. Actually, out the second floor window as well. When I was in Ysgol Glantav. When it came to like break times and lunch times, me and my friend Roger O'Neill, he wanted to be a stuntman as well. We used to line up the tables, which were like the same height as the window, and then we just run along them and just jump out. Okay. And I've been back to see how high it is. I look
It
at
is
it and I
high.
think like, yeah.
I drove past it a lot, so it's very high.
Yeah.
What did the teacher say? Did you get thrown out then, or say, or?
Well, headmaster was always on the phone to my mum.
So that would be an interesting conversation. Then when the careers officer came, and you actually said you want to be a stuntman, do you? Or
That's exactly what I said. I said I wanted to be a stuntman. And back then it was. They were like, no, you look at something like being a doctor or a nurse or a policeman or something. Do you know what I mean?
What sport did you play in school? Because Glantav is famously, known for his rugby, isn't it?
I didn't. In the playground, you get picked to make teams and stuff. I never got picked because obviously I was really crap at football, rugby. I was more interested in diving in the mud. I did actually play for the Cossacks outside of school. In Llandev, remember the Cossacks?
Yeah. You were so agile. Couldn't you have gone in goals or something?
I wasn't really. Well, I was more interested in chucking myself out the second floor window than playing rugby or football. But I did play for the Cossacks outside of school. But I was more interested, like I said, diving in the mud. And my mum and dad just said, I went to go and do gymnastics instead. But then I was told it was too tall.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
What about then? So how did the interest in skateboarding begin?
When I was 15, hanging out in the streets. Back in the day, as you do, didn't have anything else to do, and my friend bought a skateboard, and we were just having a go on it. I really enjoyed it. I got quite good, and then I asked my mum if I could have a skateboard, and she said, "Oh, you're not having them; they're too dangerous." anyway, I tried to show what I could do on this board, and I just kept going on. And I persuaded her to let me buy one. I had a paper round and a milk round at the time, so I saved up for quite a few weeks.
Good work ethic.
Yeah, they're not, they weren't cheap.
No.
And I got a skateboard, and that was it. My love for skateboarding. That's all I did, 24/7. Wasn't interested in anything else, so I just skateboarded.
So how did you feel that you could kind of make a living from skateboarding?
I wasn't really interested in making a living. It didn't even come into my mind. It was just, I just enjoyed doing it, and I didn't even know you could make a living out of it.
No, it wasn't the same then, was it?
No, it wasn't. No, I mean you can these days, but it's still a bit hard for British people.
Yeah.
But I just I got made some skateboarding friends, and as we got older, we started travelling. When one of the boys got a car, and we went to skate competitions all over the UK, and I went to Northampton. I won the skate comp, and somebody said, "Oh, I'd like to sponsor you," and that's how it all started. And then I turned pro, and that's when I sort of left the factory job I was in to start skateboarding full time.
So did that, because skateboarding around the world is massive, isn't it? Did that take you travelling a lot?
Yeah, it took me all over the world, which is good. So it's doing demonstrations, competitions and stuff.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and I was really shy back then. Like, I mean, I'm still pretty shy now, but back then I didn't say boo to a ghost. And traveling around the world sort of brought me out my shell a little bit. But it was good times, really, really good times.
So how did the fame shot to fame in Dirty Sanchez, right? How did that actually come about? How did it originate? How did you meet all the boys? Tell us the story.
Well, to cut a long story short, I met all the boys skateboarding.
Right, okay.
And Joycey, because he was from England, we met him at the skate comps. Me and Dayton were filming a video. We wanted to make a video called Pritchard versus Dayton, me versus him. We're going to have loads of skateboarding in it, loads of messing about, because Pancho always fell asleep, so we kept shaving his hair off, putting lit cigarettes up his nose, blah, 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 blah. You've seen it all. And then me and Dayton had a fight at the end of it. We put the video together. I was working for Globe Skateboard Shoes at the time as the team manager. We sent the video out to a few people, and then I had a call off MTV Talent Scout of all people, called Martha Delap, and she said, "Oh, can you come to London? We want you for a possible new show," because Jackass had come out in America.
Yeah.
MTV clearly wanted a British version.
Yeah.
Me and Dayton went. They watched the video that we gave them. Bring back Pancho and Joyce. 4 of us had a meeting. Dirty Sanchez was born, and that was 2001.
Did you have an agent in them days to do it all?
Oh no, they didn't want us to have an agent.
No, I can imagine.
But we didn't have an agent for the first one, and when I didn't think it was going to be as successful as it was. And then it was the biggest selling show that MTV had at the time. And then they wanted a second one, and they still didn't want us to have agents, but we got agents. And it just went crazy from there.
So hopefully you did all right from it. Hopefully you did all right from it. You deserved it, didn't you?
I stuck it all up my nose. Oh, sorry,
Okay,
this is not going to be
It's a podcast. You can say what you want. So there we are. So like as you said, it became so popular, right? Not only UK, but like all over the world. So what was it like, being thrust into that kind of world?
Well, it went to 64 countries to over 400 million people, and nothing prepares you for something like that. No. We went filming in Mexico, Tijuana, over the Mexican border, and there were all these people shouting our names. And I'm like, because MTV never told us where they showed the show, they kept it quiet from us because they didn't want us to know for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
So we went there, and all these bar people come over here, free this, free that. We were like, hey, we couldn't work it out. It was crazy times, but it was amazing times. Really, we had so much fun, man.
I can imagine.
It was wild.
I can't imagine how much fun you had, to be honest. I can't imagine knowing you all. So, one prank challenge you did, right, that stood out for me was the paintball world record attempt. Tell us about that one.
I've always wanted to be in the Guinness Book of Records. We were doing Sanchez the movie, and Jim Hickey, the director, said, "Oh, what do you want to do?" And I said, "Well, I want to be in the Guinness Book of Records." And he said, "Well, what for?" And I was like, "I know. Is there a paintball world record?" So, Ivan, I'll get back to you. They said, "Oh, yeah, there is. we'll sort it out when we do the film. We were in Russia, minus bloody 35 or whatever, and Dayton pulls out a letter for Guinness Book of Records. Right? I was like, oh, no way, it's proper, it's official. It's a letter. It's held by an Anthony Kelly from New South Wales. He's done 102. And I went, right, I'll have him. I'll do 103. So I was like 5-meter range, the most, like naked, the most painfulest thing you could ever think of. I did it in tens, and then I got 103. I was just over, anyone who's seen it, I was just over the moon. I looked like I had leprosy or something. And then 2 weeks later, Dayton told me it was a complete wind-up and there was no such thing after telling all my parents and everyone, I'm going to get this book of records. I'm in that great big book, baby. That was the famous line.
I just can imagine Dayton.
Yeah. So to get him back, I tattooed I Love Dayton down my cock. Why did I do that? Still to this day, I look down every time I have a piss and go, fuck.
Yeah, it didn't really hurt them, did he? It didn't really hurt them as well. I know.
And every time my crack went off, I see his name. I wind him up about that. He's like, do not fucking tell me that.
I'm thinking about you.
I'm thinking about you, Dave.
So like I said, you became so famous, right? You were invited everywhere around the world, like you said. What's the weirdest thing you attended or went to? Or
we got asked to do the VMA Awards in Miami, Latin America Awards, and they flew us out. 3 of us we left Pancho. I don't know where Pancho was, but he was coming out the following day, and he flew out. He literally didn't go to bed from the moment he landed to the moment he went home. Well, we went to the VMAs. It was just mental. Red carpet, flash cars, all that kind of stuff. The party was just bonkers and flat out. But it was great fun, and it was But then at the same time, MTV, they sent us to a few of these glitzy things, but then wouldn't let us go on the red carpet. They kept us away from a lot of things.
Why?
Yeah, I don't know, but
they trust you like they'd be absolute lunatics, or was it?
Well, they paid us to be lunatics, but then they didn't want to be.
Bring you back in.
Yeah.
Did you ever do Vegas with them?
We went to Vegas. Yeah, we were filming the second Jobs for the Boyos, and we were doing Cowboys, and we had a day off. We were like, let's go to Vegas because we were in Phoenix. And that was a wild one.
I can imagine. One of the most surreal things I remember was you actually did a Nike advert with Wayne Rooney as well.
Yeah.
What was that like? What was he like?
Our agent phoned us up and said, you got a Nike advert. We were like, whoa, wicked. We're doing it with Rooney, Gattuso, all these people. And Rooney was amazing, such a nice. They were all really nice guys. Yeah. Rooney sound is proper sound. Everyone was up for a laugh. I actually saved a Rooney penalty, claim to fame.
There we are. See, I told you should have gone in goals. Should have gone in goals in school, shouldn't you? I
had gloves on, right? That boy can kick a ball. I saved it. I thought my hands are going to come off. I was like, Jesus, how can you kick a ball that hard?
We did something with kicking a ball in Neath. Remember?
Yeah, that was it.
Remember
what's his name?
Uki.
Yeah.
I did Uki last week, right? And that's the first time I ever met Uki. And I said I was doing you this week, and he said, "Oh my God, can you remember that when he was kicking the ball full out into your backside?"
Proper pelter.
He's a big kicker as well, isn't he? So, oh God.
Going back to that Nike shoot.
Yeah.
The Nike said, we were in Malmaison hotels and stuff. He said, help yourself, behind the bar, have whatever you want. Mistake. Fucking, we literally the next hotel. Pancho was outers in the bar when we woke up in the morning. We drank all the best champagne. Anyway, the next hotel, we had a budget.
I can imagine. I can imagine. So now, right? You're kind of one of the, as we mentioned, doing all those fitness stuff, right? Do you look back on the show and go, do you kind of recognise yourself then, or was it a phase you're going through, or was that letting yourself go, or what?
I mean, I look back now. I'm completely who I am now compared to what I was then. A completely different person. It was, I was young and I was just enjoying every single bit of life, and everything was thrown at me. It was good times, but I'd say definitely over the last 3 years, life has completely changed, and it's all good though.
Talk a lot about mental health, right? In these days, would you say you were happy during that time of your life as well?
Towards the end, I wasn't, because again, cut the long story short, addiction and everything sort of
Yeah.
grabbed me by the bollocks. And, you know, when you do too much of all that kind of stuff, it catches up with you and your head goes bang. And that's exactly what happened. I've done 3 years completely sober now. I've done a lot of work on myself.
Amazing.
And I'm in a very good place at the moment.
You should
so
be
that's-
proud. You
it's
should
all
be
good.
proud of yourself, son. You should
Yeah.
be very proud of yourself. What,
George, Jeff.
when and another thing, right? You know, because Dirty Sanchez was so big, right? And the things, you know, things like that has to come to an end, like you said. Otherwise, you know, you might end up killing one of each other, right? How did you? Yeah, I know.
We fucking did.
I know. Well, yeah, nearly. How did you deal? How did you deal? You know, with the end of the fame and maybe not the fame because you know you're still doing stuff, but of Dirty Sanchez.
Yes. Well, I don't know. I didn't really stop, Jeff. Yeah, as soon as Sanchez finished, I kept
Yeah.
going.
I met you a
I
couple of
did-
times in Cardiff, didn't I? A
Yeah,
couple
and
of
I
times, like-
didn't really. I mean, most of the fame sort of went. It is pretty hard because one minute everyone wants to know your name, everyone will do things for you, and then as soon as that's gone, it's like, oh right, nobody wants to know you anymore. So you accumulated all these what you thought were friends. They're
Yeah, I
gone
know,
because
I
you
know.
haven't got anything to offer them anymore.
exactly.
But that's just what it is. And I, like I said, I didn't stop. I carried on going, kept trucking, kept doing my stuff, and yeah. I know.
Now, kind of, you're all kind of, you know, you're healthy eating. You know, you got to be extremely fit to do what you're doing. Just in March, right? You do the triathlon and all that. Was there one thing, or what made you change your outlook on life and change your style?
I had to.
Yeah.
There's a road. You get to a road at a certain point in your life, especially when you're involved in all that partying and
Yeah.
stuff. And you get to the end of the road. There's a junction. You either do a right and you keep going down that road, or you do a left and do something about it. I went left, and that was it.
And there wasn't one thing you just thought, right, I can't keep on doing this. I've got to do it. So going from there, right, because you were naturally fit, right, naturally strong, I think. And then, you know, you're doing on the skateboarding and all, you know, that's a tough sport. So did you then kind of, did you just think, right, I got to use what I've got naturally to do something else, you know? I think it was just, I don't know what I'm trying to say.
Well,
it was.
I mean, I was always when I left school, I went to catering college to
Yeah.
learn how to be a cook.
Okay.
And I left college. I had a terrible experience in the job. Never went back to it. And I thought when Sanchez finished, you know, I opened my tattoo and barber shop, and then I started. And I went vegan in 2015. I started cooking off the back of that. Did a YouTube channel of me cooking, and then BBC saw it, and that's when we did Dirty Vegan. Then so I guess I just used my skills for doing that
So
instead.
you reinvented yourself by
yeah.
just going right. I can't keep on doing what I'm doing. Was there one moment you thought, right, I can't keep what I'm doing? Was there one incident or anything, or just you thought, can't do this anymore?
I mean, if I'm honest, Jeff, if I really have to do what I used to do, I can fucking do it now. Yeah, I'm a fucking leopard, never changes his spots. I'm still, you know, deep down, release the beast. But, you know, you nobody's going to work with you if you're still doing that kind of stuff, because, you know, people just don't like that anymore. It's just,
I think I think, you know, people love it. Like, you know, I you know, we did a gig with you, like a challenge, and I was mad, but we still talk about it now. So, but it's all right, us having a little bit of it. I cannot imagine you doing it all the time. Right? I couldn't do that all the time. It's like being beasted in training every time I go training.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And then the partying afterwards.
it's not too bad when you're younger.
Yeah,
but
no, I
it'll
know.
be
Tell me
different,
about it.
different now.
Tell me about it. Right, but no, right, you know, not. You just sat there, and I thought you'd had enough challenges, right, with everything you'd gone through and everything. But then I want to focus on arguably the biggest one you did, right? Rowing across the Atlantic. You know, talk us how that came about, who you did it with, and then what it was like.
I went down, it was COVID time, I went down Cardiff Bay for a bike ride. My friend John Haskell, he lives on a boat down there, and he was there, and he saw me. He said, oh, come on the boat, let's go for a beer on his boat, have a little sail out. And he said that he was rowing, he's rowed the Atlantic before, 2011, he said he was rowing the Indian Ocean. And I was like, oh, wow, that's amazing, man. And, you know, I went home 2 days later, I got a call off him. He said, well, the Indian Ocean has been cancelled because of COVID. So he said, but they're going to do the Atlantic Ocean instead. He said, I've done it. So he said, do you want my place instead? And at the time, my head was sort of in a really bad place. And I found, I just jumped at the chance, phoned my missus first, checked with my staff and everything, and if they were all cool with it. Yep, cool. And then in 2021, we flew out to Lanzarote. Me and 3 other dudes, Billy, Martin and Johnny. And then we, after a lot of problems of trying to get the boat up because of COVID, anyway, we left and we sailed from Lanzarote to Antigua, and it took us 52 days. And it was most probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, but it was one of the best things I've ever done, because being out there, because I find being on land, it's quite noisy, and it's just, my phone never stops. Out there, everything was silent.
Yeah, but do you have like really rough seas, or were you lucky?
Because I've never done it before, so I was like, I could die here.
That's the thing, right? My wife is a sailboat across the Med, and she said she had a mayday, like, and there's a wave, and the waves are coming over, and I'm going, that's the worst thing for me, I think, to be out at sea, nothing on the sea coming over you. It's so powerful, like, and
don't mess with Mother Nature.
It's mad, like. So how did you prepare for that then?
I got a rowing machine in my house at COVID, and I just sat there rowing. I remember I was drinking heavily at the time as well. I was drinking and rowing and smoking in my house. And I just
not the best preparation. Maybe.
It was like when the weather was bad. Honestly, there was 2 hours on, 2 hours off for 24/7. 24/7. Like, you row for 2 hours, and then you get off. The other 2 boys row. You go into this little cabin. You cook your freeze dry food. Crazy. You eat it, and then you get about an hour's sleep. Knock on the door again. Douche, non-stop for 52 days. Yeah. The weight was coming off me.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but the weight, when you're in that cabin, the waves.
I know.
And then because you've got no cover from the sun, so you're boiling out. You're fucking bubbling on deck, and then you're boiling in the things. It's like an oven.
So what was the hardest part of the challenge? Was it the mental or physical? But was there anything else?
It was more mental.
I can imagine, yeah.
But I'm fucking mental anyway, so it's all
right.
I
know that. So did you feel like giving up at any time, or you couldn't because you were there for? Because I know you're great and you want to be part of a team, and there's a team there for you. But
you can't give up. That's the thing. You can't just go, I stop now. I don't want to do it anymore.
No, the rest now.
And you're letting 3 people down.
Yeah,
can you imagine?
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. So, and we jumped, when we got halfway, we jumped off the boat. We went for a swim. It's 5,000 meters deep, and it's like nobody's ever swam there before. So it was like experiences like that. You can have, they're just amazing.
Did you see any strange things on the way, or just had your head down?
I didn't see a boat for 2 weeks. Nothing on the horizon.
My wife said she was on her own on the catamaran, and she saw this beep, 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 and she thought it was either couldn't see anything, or was it a submarine? Couldn't think it was a submarine. Next thing, a whale jumps by the side of the catamaran, and it's only here on the boat.
If that lands on the boat, you're screwed.
I know. And I'm going like, yeah, it's fantastic, but it's not for me. Yeah. It's not for me, really.
Flying fish as well, that was...
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Because we had a light on the boat, they aim for the light, so you're rowing, the amount of fish you had in your fucking head, and your fucking head, wake up in the morning, there's like fish everywhere.
You must have had loads of time to reflect, like, maybe just block it all out when you were rowing. Did you kind of reflect and look back on the life while you were competing in the challenge?
Did I look back on?
Did you reflect on what you'd done and what you needed? Just.
Well, I actually went on that boat, and because for me it was my rehab. At the time, I was, like I said, I was in a bad place, and I was doing a lot of. I'm not going to mention it. A lot of stuff.
But then you couldn't do anything on there, could you?
But then I thought, well, if I go on there,
that's it.
I can't run away from it.
Again,
but
that's a massive risk again, isn't it?
You
don't know how you'd react. But then that's an immense sign of mental toughness, mine. I think so, right? It's mental madness as well. I got to go with that, right? But I do think that is an unbelievable achievement on mental toughness.
It's the best way to do cold turkey, I guess. But
I think it is. I think it is. But so. Your story has been told on film, right? Road to Excess. Where can we see that?
Road to Excess. It's been played in a few cinemas in Wales, and we've just we've got a distribution company, and they will be showing it in cinemas in England, Scotland, Northern Ireland, I think.
Right.
And then hopefully the streamer will stream it. Company will pick it up, and people can see it on that. But you look out on my socials and stuff. Dates for showings and cinemas and stuff will be coming up.
That'll be good.
But the showings that we've done, it's done really well. It won an award at the Manchester Film Festival.
Is it?
So yeah.
Are you proud of it? What's come out?
Yeah, I'm really proud of it. Jamie Jones, the director, did an absolutely amazing job. I know all the boys are on there as well. Pants, Date, Joyce.
Yeah,
so it's a really good film, because I mean, how can you tell a film of 52 days of just rowing? It'd be pretty boring. So it sort of goes in and out of the row and Sanchez and in and out, and the reasons why, and all the mental health, male masculinity. There's a lot to the film,
good.
which is good. So.
That is good. So, did you ever, in your prime, you had Jackass as well. Did you ever, bump into those boys? Or
Yeah, I bumped into them once or twice. But
was there an ego, like, come on, who can do the worst trick or something like that?
no, they were all right. But if it did get to that, then we'd clearly win.
That's what I was thinking.
Don't mess with the Welsh.
I know. So, right, what's next? What's next for you, Mark? What's the next challenge?
I'm doing Ironman Wales in September. Started a new business called Dirty Health with Craig Armstrong. Doing food sensitivity tests, retreats, and all that kind of stuff, and basically things that good, healthy things. And of course, my fitness, keeping busy. Got the tattoo and barbershop. Got the clothing, Sleep When You're Dead clothing. So just keep busy.
You mentioned Sleep When You're Dead.
Yeah.
Explain that a bit more.
Sleep When You're Dead.
Yeah.
It came from when we were filming Sanchez. We've been partying all night, and then we went in the car, and I was still going. And Joycey said, "Matt, it's about time you went to bed." And I said, "F off, Dan. I'll sleep when I'm dead." Everyone laughed, and it just stuck. And then everything I've done off the back then has just been labelled into my business.
Right, I really enjoyed that, Matt. Before I let you go, though, right, I can ask you a quick fire round. Got it? Right. Best holiday destination?
There's many. Greece.
Lovely, okay. Prized possession?
My dog Lemmy.
I love a dog. I got one, Barney. Whose poster do you have on the wall when you were growing up?
All skateboard ones in a Lamborghini. Countach. White. I still haven't got one. I'm trying.
I know, we're all trying it. Something you're really bad at?
Socialising.
Are you? Yeah, of course you are.
Well, no, academia, I'd say.
Yeah, I know. How would you like to be remembered?
I can give a fuck.
I'm a bit like that. Favourite film?
Forrest Gump.
Brilliant. Hero growing up?
Either Freddie Mercury or Lemmy Kilmister.
Okay. What did you want to be growing up? You were the stuntman, eh?
A stuntman.
Stuntman. Hey, look at you. Yeah, you've done it. Most famous person on your phone?
I got John Bishop.
Is it? Oh, good.
Yeah.
You had a good time with him, I suppose.
He's a nice guy. He's a really nice guy. Yeah.
He is a good guy.
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah.
Everyone buys online now. What's the last thing you bought online?
Butt plug.
Good. Hope he's comfortable. Hope he's comfortable.
I'm sure it is.
Matt, it's great to see you, mate. I'm glad you're doing so well.
Jeff.
You're proud of yourself, boy.
Good to see you, man.
Well done, boy.
Nice one.
If you enjoyed this episode, there's plenty more content on the Jonathan X YouTube page. And don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.